Okay, and what are we doing here today?
Well, I'm here with some wonderful people. My sweet boyfriend Tommy, and my good friend Jamie, and her boyfriend David. And we are gonna go have a good time. We're gonna go swimming, and then we're headed out to my family's ranch that has been abandoned for years, but it's empty, and we're gonna have a good fucking time. Here, let me do you.
Okay.
Back into the distant past, when Pete was like 15, he joined a mail-in movie club, 11 days for pennies. And now cut to 2025, the movie club caught on to Pete's life, and now they want to punish him, so they trapped him in a room with a bunch of movie tapes. Pete didn't want to pay for the movies he got in the 90s. He'll have to watch random horror tapes and tell us about gore and probably some rape. Now keep in mind, Pete didn't pick. They use random numbers and a long list. He's got to get through every movie, one each day for the time we can't foresee. Helpful snowman roll call. Anxiety. Grouchiness, entropy, snow. If you're wondering why he did this song and other FAQ facts, just shut up and listen to this show, or fuck it, take a nice nap. It's Helpful Snowman Podoween 2025.
Today's randomly selected movie from Pile of Crap is a movie called Camping Fun. Just kind of a piece of shit found footage horror short that's basically a small group of film students having access to a barn and a farmhouse, and they're like, what if we made a little movie? We'll start with the setting, right? That's how most people make a movie. It kind of does the thing. It shows the entire story from one camera, then goes back to the beginning and shows the same story from another camera, which I guess gives us some more insight. But here's the thing, like, I didn't really want to watch the movie one time, so watching it twice is fairly punishing, even though it's short, right? I mean, that's hard to pull off in a great movie. You know what I mean? Like, there's something that blocks me from having inertia watching Groundhog Day, because I'm like, you got to watch the same thing over and over, but they manage it. And in this movie, it's like, woof. So, it has a story. I don't even feel like repeating it. It's just whatever. It's nonsense. I just hope everyone had a good time making it. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like. It feels like repeating the story of, oh yeah, I went and saw my kid play, Little League Baseball today. And you're like, tell me everything that happened. And I'm like, kid went up to bat, and then he swung the bat at the ball and didn't hit it. And then he did hit it, but only you know what I mean? That's what it feels like. I think movies like this, but a lot of movies have given found footage a pretty bad rap. I mean, I think part of the problem with found footage is that filmmakers think it's super easy. You know what I mean? And on a budget level it is. But I think found footage is like difficult to make watchable, and it's difficult to make something interesting for a viewer. You know what I mean? It's almost like people use found footage to try and mask that there's not much going on. Because it's like, well, this format will kind of, using this format is like things happening, but it's not. It's definitely not. We're on to you, found footage people who don't have any stories. And, found footage, I think now signals to me, it's like, it's the modern equivalent of movies where there's some guy in a rubber suit walking around in the woods for 90 minutes. And, we basically barely see him, and there's a couple horrible effects, and that's about it. I mean, I think what found footage movies need is like a great script. They need good dialogue, like Clerks. Clerks is basically a found footage movie. It's not horror, but it works because like listening to the characters talk is fun. It's kind of the point of the movie. You know what I mean? There's not a whole lot of overarching narrative to it or whatever. And if a movie's going to look kind of bad, and if there's not a huge narrative to it, then I better be enjoying like what the characters are saying. Because if I'm not, then there's nothing. I do have a little funny story about found footage. Maybe about a year ago, me and my wife, Poonmaster Flex, decided to pull the trigger and watch Blair Witch because neither of us had ever seen it, right? So we're watching it, and I was like, this doesn't look as bad. Like, everybody was like, oh, it made me sick to watch it or something. And I was like, were we just not used to whatever at that time? We get like 20 minutes in, and, we're starting to get a little suspicious. And then a kid pulls out a drone and starts flying it around. And so at that point, we were both certain that we were watching the new 2016 version as opposed to the 1999 version of the Blair Witch Project. We did end up finishing it because, people smack talk the idea of throwing good money after bad, but you have to put good money somewhere. And, we don't have a yard. We can't bury money in PVC pipes out back. So, you might as well waste it watching Blair Witch 2016, I guess. Like, oh, what's going to happen? You don't think you're going to die someday? You have whatever? Give me a fucking break. I do feel like it puts us in somewhat rarefied found footage air. Like, I can't imagine there are many people who've only seen the 2016 remake of Blair Witch. You know what I'm saying? That'd be like having only seen One Nightmare on Elm Street and it's the 2010 remake, or only one Friday the 13th and it's the 2009 version, or only one Halloween and it's the second Rob Zombie one, or you know what I mean? Like, you get it. They do this a lot. And Jesus Christ, could you guys really retitle that? Could you just call it Blair Witch 2016 or something, just so we know? Just, I'm like, this is what's happening. I would always make fun. I'd be like, why do they do this? Like, are they trying to trick a grandma into renting the wrong thing or something? Some out of it fool. And then I'm the out of it fool. But anyway, I'm going to rate Camping Fun on a scale of unnecessary slasher remakes. So the top tier I would call probably Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. And near the bottom, where I'm putting Camping Fun, that would be the Day of the Dead remake starring Mina Savari and Nick Cannon. The horror hero we all wanted.
It's hopeful Snowman Podoween 2025.